Aleph, starting the first line at the top of Amud. Amalek Kaisel Rabbi Yeshua Bar Chananya, Rab Chananya, the two Girsais over here. So the Caesar, the Roman emperor, says to Rabbi Yeshua Bar Chanina, Amrisu, you Yidden say the Chakmisu Tuva, that you're very wise. No, so Emily, my Chazine B'chalmai, so tell me what I'm going to see in my dream. Amalei, so Rabbi Yeshua Bar Chananya told him, Chazis, the Meshachli L'cha Parsoi. So the Romans had, their enemy was the Persians. So he tells them, you know what's going to happen? The Persians are going to take you to work for their king. They're going to capture you and take you to work for them. The Gabi B'cha, they'll force you into work. V'rai B'cha Shaktzi, to go and pasture, with to go and to be a shepherd or whatever, to take care of dirty animals, to take care of Chazeirim, that is. B'chutre de Dava, with a golden staff. This is the dream that you're going to see. So he heard this. He was thinking about this all day. Such a strange dream. So he thinks about this all day. What happens? At night he ends up seeing this dream. So Rabbi Yeshua Bar Chananya predicted the dream. What happens then? Another thing. Shvar Malka, which was the Persian king. So Amalei Shvar Malka Shmuel. Shvar Malka says to Shmuel, Amrisu du Chakim B'tuva. They say that the Jews are very smart. Emily my Chazine B'chalmai. Tell me what I'm going to see in my dream. Amalei, he answers him and says, Chazis, you're going to see the Asarei Moi V'shavalach, that the Romans, your enemies, the Romans are going to come and capture you. V'tachni B'cha Kashisa Berechaya. They're going to force you to grind the pits of the dates in a rechaim, in a meal to grind them. The dava, a golden meal. Here he thought all day about this dream. At night, this is what he saw in his dream. So this is a continuation to what we learned yesterday, that one of the kinds of dreams are that a person dreams at night what he thinks of by day. Talk the Gemara weiter, Bar Hadya. The Gemara now is going to say a long arichas over here regarding this individual of Bar Hadya. Mefasha chal mehava. He was a person that would interpret dreams. Man diyav le agre. Whoever paid him a fee, mefasha le mal yusa. He would give you a good interpretation. Man lo yav le agre. And if you did not pay him, mefasha le greyisa. He would give you a negative interpretation. Okay, I mean, we learned before in the Gemara. This whole Gemara here is based on the premise that kol hachalem is chelchon achar hapeh. When it comes to dreams, it's all how you interpret it. And that's what's going to happen. But the thing though is, the Gemara said it has to be me'ein chalma. It has to be an interpretation that's connected to what happened in the dream. You can't just say anything. So there is a certain kayach to interpret a dream, to know how it is me'ein achalim. But at the same time though, however you interpret it, that's how the dream will come to be. So what happens? Abaye v'Rava chazu chelme. Abaye and Rava both saw the same dream. Abaye yav le zuzeh. Abaye paid him a fee. V'Rava lo yav le. And Rava did not pay him. Amri le. So they said to Bar Hadya, Akrinon b'chelmen. It was read in front of us in a dream. Shoycha tavuach le'einecha. An ox will be shechted in front of your eyes. Okay. So what is the meaning of seeing this pasuk in our dream? So to Rava he said to him, Pasid iskecha, your business, your work will all be, you'll lose everything, and you won't even want to eat, because you'll be so depressed. And to Abaye he said, that you will have parnasa, you'll have abundance in your parnasa. You won't even have the feeling to want to eat because you won't even need it. You'll be so excited and so happy. They had another dream and they told him, Akrinan, there was read in front of us in our dream, Banim ubanes tailid, you will give birth to daughters and sons. The continuation of the pasuk over there, it says that and your sons and daughters will go into captivity. So what did he tell them? To Rava he said kibishuse, like the negative thing that it says in the pasuk. That's what the dream is telling you. The negative thing that your children will be captured. But Abaye paid him a fee. So Abaye told him, you can have many daughters and sons. And your daughters will get married to men that live far away. It'll be considered to you as if your daughters have gone into captivity, because they'll be married off to your son-in-laws that live far away from you. Okay, so you said it in the positive. So in the first two dreams, it's interesting, the Mefarshim point out, in the first two dreams, the Gemara says Rava he interpreted Rava's dream first and then Abaye, because initially he didn't necessarily see that Rava wasn't planning on ever paying him. Rava didn't pay him, so B'Payil, he gave him a bad interpretation. And then Abaye did pay him, he gave him a good interpretation. But then in the Hamshach we'll see, he interprets Abaye's dream first, and then Rava's dream, and because later on he realized, this Rava, he's not planning on paying me. So he interpreted Rava's dream intentionally bad, mamish, as bad as possible. L'chatchila, he was giving him a bad intention to try to just motivate him to pay. And he thought that Rava is going to actually pay. But then he saw that Rava doesn't want to pay, so he would interpret Abaye's dream first, and only afterwards Rava's dream, dafke bad, because he wasn't paying him.
But they paid him before the
interpretation. Yeah. Akaryen. So then they told him it was read in front of us. They both had a dream where it was read in front of us. Your daughters and sons will be given to another nation. La Abaya, Maleta Abaye interpreted this. You'll have many sons and daughters. You're going to say, let's marry off our children to my relatives. That is, that's the husband. The Abaye is going to say, let's marry them off to my relatives. Your wife is going to say, let's marry them off to her relatives. And she's going to convince you, she's going to force you to marry them off to her relatives. You're going to marry your children to her relatives. Which is compared like marrying them off to a different nation. That's all Amacher means, that they're going to be married to her relatives. So it's a very positive thing. To Rava he said in the negative, the bisu shchiva, your wife is going to die, and your daughters and sons are going to be under the rulership of another nation, meaning that you're going to be remarry and they're going to have a stepmother. And the Gemara here brings a statement that Rava himself said. If a father remarries and they don't have their own mother, they have a stepmother, that's called Am Acher, a different nation. They're under a mother, the stepmother. Weiter the Gemara says, Akrinan bechelmen, they told him, it was read in front of us in a dream, go eat your bread with joy. La Abaya, Maleta Abaye said, Mirvach iskach, you're going to have abundance in your work, v'achalta, v'shasisa, v'karisa, psukim echedva de libach. You're going to eat and drink and you're going to read this pasuk from the joy of your heart. L'Rava Amalei, to Rava he said, Pasad iskach. You're going to lose everything in your business. Tavacht v'loyachalt, v'shasis. You're going to shech, but you won't be able to eat and drink. The karis l'fakuche pachtoch, and you're going to read this pasuk to try to mitigate your fear and your sadness. Akrinon, they said another dream. It was read in front of us in the dream. Zera rav toitzi, that you'll have a lot of seeds, you'll have a lot of to plant in the field. But then the pasuk over there continues and says that you'll be able to harvest very little because the locusts will come and eat everything up. So Zera rav toitzi asada. La Abaya malei to Abaye says mireishe. The pshat on this pasuk, what you saw is the beginning of the pasuk, that you'll plant a lot. The end of the pasuk is not going to come to pass for you. L'Rava amalei miseife. What's going to happen for you is going to be what it says in the end of the pasuk, the curse in the end of the pasuk. Akrinon, it was read in front of us, Zeisim yilucha b'chol gvulcha. You'll have olive trees growing in all of your boundaries. But then the end of the pasuk is negative, because then it says afterwards, but you won't be able to use any of the oil because the olives will fall off of the tree. So La Abaya Amalei Mireishe, Abaye says for the beginning of the pasuk is going to happen to you, which is positive, and La Rava Amalei Miseife, and Rava says what it says in the end of the pasuk, which is negative. Weiter, another dream. Akrinon, it was read in front of us. V'ro chol amei haaretz, all the nations of the land will see us. That the name of the Eibusher is read upon is upon us. V'yara mimeka, and everybody will fear you. So La Abaya Amalei, to Abaye said, Nofak loch shma, the Reish Mesifta Avos, your name will go out, that you became the Reish Mesifta, you became the Rosh Hashiva. A Masach Naflas Ba'alma, and your fear will fall on everybody because you became the new Rosh Hashiva. L'Rava Amalei, Rava said, no, the opposite will happen. B'dayona de Malka Isbar, the treasury of the king will be broken into, O mitvis, it says, beganvi, and you'll be caught as the thief that broke into this treasure of the king. V'daini kulam v'kavachayim minach, and everybody's going to make a kavachayim. If Rava is caught as being a ganev, so then anybody else, the authorities could come after anybody else as well. So the Gemara says, and what happened? L'machar, the next day, itver b'daina de malke, it was broken into to the treasury of the king, and v'asav v'tafsalei Rava, and they came and they actually arrested Rava. So it came to pass the way this dream was interpreted. Amri lei vaite, they said to him, what did we see in our dream? Chazan chasa al pum dani. We saw lettuce on top of a barrel. La Abaye amalei, so Tabayi interpreted, Ayif iskach kechasa, your business will multiply, will go more and more like the lettuce, which grows layers upon layers. The leaves grow upon leaves, and it's going to double. Your business is going to double like these leaves of the lettuce. L'Rava amalei, to Ravi said, Marer iskach kechasa, your business will become bitter like the lettuce. Amri lei vaite, they said to him, Chazan bistra, we saw in our dream, meat, bisra al pumdani, on top of a barrel of wine. La Abaye amalei, Abaye interpreted it that it means basim chamrach, that your wine will be so geschmack, so good. V'asa kol ha'am ala mizman bisra v'chamre minach, and everybody's going to come to buy meat and wine from you. La Rava amalei, to Ravi did it in the negative, takiv chamrach, your wine is going to become sour, it's going to become vinegar. V'asa kol ha'am ala mizman bisra l'meichel bei, people are going to come to buy the meat and not the wine. The wine is going to all go sour. They said to him, Chazan chavisa the tali b'dikla. We saw a barrel hanging on a palm tree. La Abaye amalei, Abaye interpreted it, midli iskach kedikla. Your business is going to go up like this palm tree that grows very tall. La Rava amalei, Rava, he says, chali iskach ketamri. Your business is going to be like these sweet dates that are sold for very, very cheap. In Babel, it's very available to get these cheap dates, and your whole business is going to be everything very cheap to sell. Amri lei, vaite, they told him, Chazan rumana de katchi apum dani. We saw pomegranates that was taking root, that was growing on top of a barrel.
This is over a period of time? They keep on going
Mistama.
Why did they keep going?
Right?
You think Rava would stop going?
Yeah.
He was the person that interpreted the dreams in that time. And he had a chush, and the Mefarshim talk about this. Some Mefarshim say that this whole Gemara didn't happen, the Gashmias, it's all mishalim for different ruchnisdige things. The whole Gemara is not, B'chlal, we know that Gadata is Roiv Gseides Atayra Gnuzimba, and it's all Remazim for ruchnisdige Yanim. So some Mefarshim say this whole Gemara never happened, it's just all ruchnisdige Yanim. Others say even if it did happen, Rava and Abaye were not aware of the fact that they had the same dream and that he interpreted the dream for each one of them different. They both kept it private, their dreams. They would have a private session with him where he told them what was going on, and but they didn't share with each other. No, he wasn't. No. So Rava kept on going, and this was what he told him, and this is what happened.
It could be based on the Gemara before that it says that this in itself, that you hit the bed of the dream, you were yetzer with that.
Okay, Kanzan, exactly. But over here it says that the bad things that he said to him came to pass. He was arrested, and it's mashma from the Gemara, as we'll see later, that the other terrible things that he told him also came to pass. Right. We said before that Adam Toiv has bad dreams because it brings him to do tshuva. So maybe Rava was thinking to himself that Eibush is giving me all these dreams just to be ma'ir and me to tshuva. And he kept on going back. He has to do tshuva more, whatever. He didn't, he was accepting ba'ava, whatever the Eibush was giving him. Sagt die Gemara weiter. So what happened over here? So they said to him that they saw the pomegranates that were taking root on top of a barrel. La Abaye amalei, so Abaye said, Osik iskach kurumana. Your business is going to grow like the pomegranates, which have the seeds, which grow, which have a good taste in it. La Rava amalei, to Rava he said, Kovi iskach kurumana. It's going to be sour, like the sourness, the tart taste that there is in a pomegranate. Amalei vaite, they told him, Chazan chavise, the nafale bira. We saw a chavisa, we saw a barrel that fell into the pit. La Abaye amalei, Abaye said, Mizboy iskach, there's going to be a demand for your merchandise that you sell, And that's why it's going to be like it fell into a pit and people are going to be trying to get your merchandise. And he brings them an expression, Kida Amar, like the expression people say, Nafal Pita Bebira, the piece of bread that everybody wants fell into the pit, and nobody can get it out. Your merchandise will be so tired, so expensive, people will try to get it from you. And to Rav he said, Pasid iskach, your business will go down, will go bad, Vishadya le'lebira, it'll be thrown into a pit. They said to him, Chazinon, Barchamre, the koya is done. V'noya, we saw a young donkey that's standing by our head and is screaming. L'abaya malei, Tabai said what this means is, Malka Havis, you're going to be a king, in other words, you're going to be a Rosh Hashiva that's going to teach Torah. And v'koya mayra aloch, and there's going to be an interpreter that's going to stand right near you to interpret your words, as it was in those times. A metorgaman would repeat the words that he would say. L'Rav Amalei, to Rav he said, Petach hamoyer goyet mitfilach. The Petach hamoyer in your tefillin, those two words of Petach hamoyer is missing in your tefillin. So now Rav caught him. Wait a second. Amalei lididi chazili. V'yisei, I saw my tefillin, I checked my tefillin, and I saw that it has the words Petach hamoyer. So he caught him with an interpretation of a dream, incorrect. Amalei, so he told him, Vav the Petach hamoyer vaday gohit mitfilach. The Vav of the Petach hamoyer is missing. What Rashi explains over here is, Petach hamoyer is written with hamoyer, and the tefillin is written without a Vav. So what he told him is, what happened was the Sefer wrote a Vav and then he erased the Vav. And you can see, if you look good in your tefillin, you'll see that there's that mark of the Vav that he wrote and erased in your tefillin. L'saif, what happened at the end of this? Rava finally realized that, I guess maybe after this last incident, Rava started smelling what's going on over here, that all of his dreams are being interpreted in the negative. So l'saif, azal Rava l'chudei legabei, so Rava went himself to him, and Amalei, and then Rava tells him, Chazoi dashe braise de nafel. So Rava came to him and says, I saw that the outside step by my house is going to fall down. It's falling down. Amalei, he told him, what does this mean? Ishtecha shachva, your wife is going to pass away. Amalei, so Rava tried his luck again. Rava now came himself. It's mashma from the Gemara that until now, Rava was sending a shliach, that Rava didn't go himself, or Rava, So the Gemara says, Rava came himself. He wanted to see how could he
be himself by himself, not with Abai.
No, but he didn't go before with Abaya. I believe all the Mefarshim say he didn't go before together with Abaya.
Here it says that
that what?
He went always. He went with Abaya.
He went together with Abaya.
Okay.
Okay, I hear you. I looked yesterday in the Mefarshim. I saw that a lot of Mefarshim say it can't be he was going together with Abaya, because he would notice right away, and all the dreams that was terrible and coming to pass to be, he would have changed. Okay, Akapanim. The Gemara says, weiter, what else? Amalei, he told him, Chazoi kochi v'shani de nasar. I saw my teeth that are falling out. Amalei, benach u'benasach shachvan. Your sons and daughters will pass away. Amalei chazoi tarti yoini de parchan. I see two yoinim, doves that I'm holding in my hand, and they're flying out. Amalei trei noshim megarshes. You're going to divorce two other wives. You already told him about two wives that died, and now another two wives that'll divorce. Amalei chazoi trei galgidi de lifsa. I saw two heads of turnips. Amalei trein kulfi balata. You're going to get two straps. You're going to be,
Clubs.
Yeah, clubs. Also Rava huyayme. So on that day when he heard that he's going to be hit, so he went on that day. V'yasa b'medrasha. Kuli yayme. He sat in the Beis Medrash all day, so he'll be safe. Ashkach. In Beis Medrash, it came to be that two people, two people that were blind, that bumped into each other, they have a kaminsi bahadi adadin, they were fighting with each other. Also Rava lefrukinu, so Rava came to separate them, not they shouldn't fight. Umachul Rava trei dalu, and they gave Rava two slaps. So, trei. They slapped him twice. They raised their hands to slap him a third time. That's sufficient. This is enough. I only saw in my dream that I'm going to be slapped twice. Okay, now the Saif, after all of this, Rava came, and when he had a dream, he gave him a fee, he paid him for the interpretation. So now, Amalei, Rava told him about dreams, and here you're going to see dreams that will very simply seem to be very negative dreams, and he interpreted all for the positive. Chazoi, I saw Shisa the Nafal, the wall of my house fell. Amalei, so he told him that's very positive. Nechasim b'loy mitzarim kanisa. Your possessions will be without boundaries. The walls fall down because there's no boundaries to your possessions. Amalei told him, Chazoya padna da Abaye the Nafal. I saw the palace of Abaye fell. V'chastyan afke, and the avak, the shtoib, the dust of the palaces is covering him. Amalei Abaye, so Abaye told him, Shachiv, he's going to pass away. Abaye Shachiv, Abaye will pass away. And Mesifte Asi Legabach, and you'll become the Rosh Hashiva. Amalei told him another dream. Chazoya patne didide nafal. I see my palace is falling down on me. V'asu kulam mishakal eventa levinta, and the entire all people are coming and taking one brick at a time away from my palace that collapsed. A terrible dream, right? Amalei told him, no, shmaitzach mevadrim ba'alma. All of your halachas will be spread around all over. People are going to come and take, like the bricks they're taking, people it's going to be spread out all over. Amalei told him, Chazoi, an even worse dream. Chazoi, the Ifka Reishi, I saw that my head split open, V'nasa Moikri, and my brains has been taken out. Amalei, so he told him, Udra mi Beisadye Nofik. Udra mi Beisadye Nofik, the feathers were taken out of your pillow. Nothing, it's a little thing that will happen. The feathers will be taken out of your pillow. Nothing terrible will happen to you. Amalei, another thing he told me, he saw in his dream, Akarian halala mitzra b'chelme. I was reading the halal hamitzri in my dream, which is the regular halal, which the Gemara calls halal hamitzri because it's the halal that we say by night by Pesach. Amalei, he told him, nis misrach shilach. This means that the Eibush is going to save you from some kind of a tragedy and a miracle will happen to you. Okay, now what happens? Have ka'azl b'hadei barva. Rava was traveling together with this Barhadya in a boat. Omar Bahadi Gavra the Misracha Shlei Nissa Lomali. So Barhadya was just interpreted his dream that a miracle is going to happen to Rava, is thinking to himself, why should I travel with a person that the miracles are going to happen to him? Meaning that he's going to travel on the boat. This might be a dangerous journey. Going to be something terrible here, and then a miracle is going to happen to him, and I might not be saved. Why should I travel with him? Okay, talking about dreams over here. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no. Let's go right there. Bahadi the Salik Nafal. So now he disembarked from the boat. He was getting off, and Bahadi the Kasalik, as he was getting off, Nafal Sifra Minei. So he saw this little book that Bahadia had with him fell out of his pocket or whatever it is. Ashkeche Rava found it. V'choze the Havek Sivbei, and Rava found that, what did it say in this book? Kol hachaloimes holchen achara peh. All dreams follow the interpretation of the mouth. So now Rava realized that it's not a piece that he was only able to interpret his dreams for the negative, and that's why he interpreted according to the dream. He realized that the dreams he was able to interpret it all for the positive all this time, and it was only because he didn't pay him a fee. So now Omar Rava said, Rasha, this wicked man, b'didoch kaime, it was all up to you. It's up to you to make it positive or negative. It's sa'art and kula and you gave me so much suffering. Kula machilna lach. I forgive you for everything. Zbar mibrate de Rav Chisda. Besides for the fact that the daughter of Rav Chisda, which was Rava's wife, that based on his interpretation passed away. That I don't forgive you. Yehei Rava, it should be the will of the Eibusher, the limsa hu gavre lidei malchusa the lemerachma alei. You should be given over into the hands of a government of a king that will have no mercy upon you. So now Barhadias knew that Rava was a big tzaddik, and Rava said such a thing. It's a terrible thing. So my Avid, he said to himself, what should I do? Gemiri, we know that killas chacham afilu b'chinami ba. When a chacham gives a klala, even if it's for nothing, it'll come to be. So what should I do? V'kolshkein Rava, the bedina kalayit. He had a good reason to curse me. So where am I going to run to? Amari said, Eikim Vigli, let me go into Golos. Amar, Golos Mechaperes, person that goes into Golos, it forgives for your sins. Come Golol Beiru Moi, he went to Rome, he went into Golos to Rome. Ozal Yosef Apischa Dereish Terzina, he went and he sat at the gateway of the treasure of the king. Terzina the Malka, the treasure house of the king. Reish Terzina Chazachalme, so the person that's in charge of the treasure saw a dream. Amalei, he shared the dream with Barhadia. Chazoi Chalme, I saw a dream, the Ayel Mechte Betzbasi, that a machat, what? A needle is being put into my fingers. Amalei, Havli Zuzi, pay me so I'll interpret your dream. So he's going back to his old profession. He couldn't drop his profession. So he didn't want to pay him. So he didn't interpret the dream. Amalei, the next day I told him, I saw that there were worms in two of my fingers. Amalei, Havli Zuzi, give me money and pay me, I'll interpret it for you. He didn't interpret it. So he didn't pay, so he didn't tell him the interpretation. Amalei, the third day he told him, I see the worms in my entire hand. Amalei, so now he already interpreted it for him. There is worms in all of the silk in the king's treasure, and they're eating up all the silk of the king's treasure. Shamoi be Malke, they heard by the king what happened, that worms are eating up the silk. And they brought the head of the treasure house, and Kokotli lay, they were taking him out to be killed for this, that he wasn't careful, he didn't take care of the silk. Amalei, so this Reish Terzina, this head of the treasure house said, Ano amai aiso. Ano amai, why are you killing me? Aiso lahai dahavi yoda v'loyoma. Bring the individual that interpreted my dream, and he knew about this, and he didn't want to interpret the dream before. Aisul Barhadia, so they brought Barhadia, Amrulay, they told him, Amti Zuzi Didach, because of your money that you wanted, and you didn't interpret the dreams before, he paid you a fee. So because of that, so what happened? Chorvu Shiroi de Malka. All the silk of the kings got destroyed. So now, because he got punished for the fact that he only wanted to interpret a dream, only because with a fee. Kfisu Terein Arzi Bechavlem. They tied together they brought together two cedar trees with a rope. Bechavla Asur Chad Kari Lechad Arze V'Chad Kari Lechad Arze. And then they tied one of his feet to one tree and another one of his feet to another tree. And then they untied the knots of what tied together the two trees that it would separate now. And then his head split open. And the two trees went back to its place. And his body split open. This was his punishment for the interpretations that he gave to people that were negative interpretations. That's the end of the story. Sagt die Gemara weiter, Shaul ben Dame ben Achoyse shel Rabbi Shmuel, as Rabbi Shmuel, he asked him an interpretation of the following dream. Re'isi shnei lechyai shenoshra, I see two of my cheeks that fell down. Omar, he said, shnei gedudei reimi yotzu alecha ra, there were two groups of Romans that were planning something bad upon you. They were speaking, like with cheeks, a person speaks, they were planning something bad on you, umeisu, and they died. And that's the cheeks fell down. I saw my nose fell off. The nose shows on anger. When a person gets angry and his nose heats up and the nose fell off, that means the anger was removed from you. Removed from you. So this Gemara is showing you how you can take any dream, even the most negative dream, and you could interpret it into the positive. I saw my two hands were cut off. What that means is you're not going to have to use your hands to work. You can have parnasa without working. Amalei told him, I saw my 2 feet cut off. That means you won't have to walk with your feet, you'll be able to ride on a horse. I'm going to die in the month of Adar, and you're not going to come to see the month of Nisan. So he said to him, that's a very positive thing. When you die, it's going to be with glory. And you're not going to come to be tested at all in your life. Now this tzaddik said to Rabbi Shmuel, I saw that I'm giving oil to the olives, the opposite. Usually the olives provide the oil. I see that I'm giving the oil to the olives. So he said, you know what this means? This is showing that you had a relationship with your mother, which is going back the opposite. You came from your mother and you're having a relationship with your mother. I see that I'm cutting or I'm taking from the stars. Is that the taich? Huh? Plucking the stars. Amalei bar Yisrael ganafta. You stole from a yid. Amalei chazoi de balati lekeichva. I see that I swallow the stars. Amalei bar Yisrael, this yid that you stole, you captured a yid. Zvinte, you sold him. Va'achalta litmei. And you ate up the money that you made from selling the seed that you captured. Amalei chazoi einai denoshkana dodi. I saw in the dreams that my eyes are kissing each other. Amalei ba'ala choisai. You had a relationship with your sister. Amalei chazoi denoshki sierra. I see that I'm kissing the moon. Amalei ba'al eshes Yisrael. You had a not permissible relationship with a Jewish woman. Amalei chazoi darichna betuna da'asa. I see that I'm stepping on a tuna da'asa on hadassim branches. Amalei, so he said to him, you know what this means? Ba mayra morasa. You had a relationship with a girl that was already engaged. Or morasa means not only engaged, but she's a mukadeshus already.
You would think the first time he asked for an
he continued going. Amalei chazoi tuna me'iloi v'hu mitatoy. So before when I said tuna dasa means the shadow of the hadassim. So over here it says, I saw chazoi tuna me'iloi v'hu mitatoy. I saw a shadow, there's a shadow above me, and it's also below me. What does this mean? Amalei mishkavach hafuch. His relationship that he had with a woman was done in the opposite of the way it's usually done. Amalei chazoi urvi the hadri leporie. I saw ravens that were surrounding my bed. Amalei ishtcha zonsa ma'anashim harbe. Your wife has had a relationship with many other people. Amalei chazoi yaini the hadri leporie. I see doves that are surrounding my bed. Amalei noshim harbe timesa. Many women you were matama, you had a relationship with them. Amalei chazoi the noketrein yaini neparchen. I see that I'm holding two doves in my hands, and while I'm holding them, they're flying away. Amalei tarti noshin nisves, two wives you married, upatresinum b'loi get, and you send them off, but you didn't give them a proper get. They're in your hands, but they also flew away. Amalei chazoi de kalifna bei. I saw that I was peeling eggs. Amalei shichvi kameshalchis. The clothing of a dead person you removed and you took it for yourself. So now he heard this. Amalei, he said to Rabbi Shmuel, Kulu isnibi. All of these things that you said here, I must admit, I all did them. But marmeha. But besides the last thing, the lessay, that I never did. Hat kedei kach, to take the clothing from a dead person, that I didn't do. Meanwhile, Asya hai itza. This woman was there and came and said, and said to him, hey, hi glima de michse. The gavra ploini who the mis vashlachte. What you're wearing is the garments of this person that passed away, and you took it off him and you're wearing it. Which means that even this he also did. Amalei, weiter he said, Chazoi, the Omrili, Shavak lachavuch nichsi bekaput kaya. That my father left money for me in a faraway place of kaput kaya. Amalei, so Rabbi Shmuel said to him, Islach nichsi bekaput kaya. Do you have any possessions that you own there? Amalei loy, lav, no, I don't. Did your father ever go to Kaput Kaya? Amalei lav, he said no. In Cain, he said, you know what this means? Kafa kishura deka asara. There's the 10th beam in your house. Zil chazi kafa dereish asara. Go look over there at the head of this beam. Shimeleya zuzi, it's full with money. So it's the 10th beam in your house. It's a kaput kaya is a combination of kafa, deka. It goes on the 10th beam in your house, and go over there and you're going to find the money. Azal, so he went. Ashkach shimeleya zuzi. He found that it's full of coins that his father hid over there. Now the Gemara is going to go through many different things of what a person sees in a dream and what do those things mean. If you see a well in your dream, you're seeing peace. The avodim of Yitzchak dog, and this is going in the last time they dug the well and it was peaceful. You see a well, you see Torah. You find Torah, you find life. And over here it says so you see that well is life and Torah is called life. You see a well in your dream, you're seeing a sign of life in your dream, literally. Abchanan says, there are three things that are a sign of peace. Nor, a river, a bird, a kteira, and a pat. Nor, so So it says like a piece that comes from a river. Tzipor, the birds, like the birds that fly. Ken Yagan Hashem tzvayis, Hashem should protect you. So it shows in a protection and a peace. Kedeira pat chsiv Hashem tishbeis shalom. The Eibusha should establish peace. Tishbeis is the expression used for a pat. Shalom alein lanu, when you place down a pat. Amar Rab Chanina. We're talking about a pot that has no meat inside of it. Because otherwise, if it has inside meat, so then it says that you'll be split up, you'll be cut up like the pieces of meat in a pot, and that's negative if you see meat in a pot. A person that sees a river in his dream, should get up and immediately say the pasuk. You should say this pasuk that the river shows them peace. Before there's going to be another pasuk that will come to him, which is that a river comes which is negative, which is a tsar on the person. Same thing also, if you see a bird in your dream, yashkim v'yaymer, you should immediately get up and say a positive pasuk, which we just mentioned. Kitziparim office ken yagan, that Hashem will protect you. Before another pasuk comes to him, which is kitzipor nededes menkana, like a bird that is going away from its place. If you see a pot in your dream, Yashkim v'yemer Hashem tishbes shalom, Hashem should establish peace. Lanu before you're going to have a negative pasuk come to you, which is shvais asir shvais. Place the pot and place it over there, which is in a negative connotation. Weiter, the Gemara says haraya novim b'cholim. If you see grapes in your dream, Yashkim v'yaymer, you should get up and say kan novim b'midbar, like the grapes which you find in a desert, which is a positive pasuk. Before another pasuk comes to you on a vema in veirosh, that the grapes are bitter like reish, like the gal. You see a mountain in your dream. This is the Mashiach when comes and he's going to come and tell us the Gula is here. Before another pasuk comes to you, that on a mountain is crying and wailing. You see a shayfer in your dream. Going when Mashiach comes. Before another pasuk comes to you, which is tiku shayfer bagiva, which is in the negative. One that sees a dog in his dream, Yashkin v'yaymer, should get up and say, which is positive. Before another pasuk comes to you, which is va'klovim azei nefesh, that the klovim are very, very harsh and very, very chutzpahdik. You see a lion in your dream, Yashkin v'yaymer, arya shag mila yira. A lion, which goes on the Eibusha, that roars, who is not afraid of the Eibusha? So it goes that you saw the Eibusha in your dream. Which is Ola Arya Misufchai, which goes on Nebuchadnezzar, which was compared to a lion that came and destroyed Yerushalayim. A person that sees a teglachas, taking a haircut or shaving in a dream, Yashkin v'yoymar, you should get up and say the pasuk that it says by Yosef. Vayegalach vayechalav some loisav, and he took a haircut and he changed his clothing. Kaidim shikadmenu pasuk acher, where it says it in the negative, im galachti v'sarmi mene kaichi. When I shave myself, then all my kaich is taken away from me, which is what's said by Shimshon when he lost all of his kaich. Haraya be'er b'cholam, when this person sees a well in his dream, Yashkin v'yoymar, as we said before, be'er ma'im chayim. Which refers to the Avedas that are flowing like the water in a well. If you see a reed in your dream, even a weak reed he will not break, referring to Mashiach. It doesn't say in the pasuk the word l'cha. You're relying on a reed which is broken, which you have nothing to rely upon. So what you see from all of this is, the Gemara here is saying that in a way you could sort of interpret your own dreams. Even if you can't actually interpret your dreams, the chiddush of this Gemara is, again, the basis of a lot of things we're learning here is that everything in a dream goes achar hapeh. The way you interpret it, the way you repeat it, that's how it's going to be. So if you wake up and you have a bad dream, even if you don't have anybody to interpret it for you, if you say a positive pasuk in connection to your dream, it'll come to be in the positive. I mentioned yesterday that Rebbe writes this in a letter to somebody, that when you have a bad dream, just achar hapeh. If a person says it in the positive and thinks of it in the positive, it's going to be in the positive. All of these stories in the Gemara show this idea. Tana Rabbanon, haraya kana b'cholaim. A person that sees a reed in the dream, yitzapa l'chachma, he should hope for wisdom. Shenema knei chachma, so acquire chachma. So kana could also be read as knei. Konim, if you saw many reeds in the dream, yitzapale bina. You should wait to have bina. Shenema b'chol kinyanecha knei bina. Also the term used regarding bina. Omer abzeire, kara, a pumpkin, kaira, which is the shoots that come from the palm tree, kira, which is wax, kanya, reeds, kulo ma'ala lechelma. They're all good signs in a dream. Tanya, we learned in a Braise, ein maren deluin. You don't show pumpkins to a person in a dream, only to an individual that's God-fearing with all of his might. Because deluin means that he's going to be lifted up. Rashi brings over here, it says, Dolu einai lamarim, that he's lifted up to heaven. Talk to Gemara Vaita, if you see an ox in your dream. Yashkin v'yoyme, I should say a positive pasuk, b'chor shoyre hodole, that it says by Yosef. Kaidim shekad men a pasuk acher, before another pasuk comes to him, ki yigach shoyre sish, which is negative. Tan Rabbanan chamisha dvarim namru b'shoyer, there are 5 things that are said regarding an ox. Ha'oichol mipsara, a person that sees in his dream that he's eating from his flesh, or that the ox is... or that he's eating from the flesh of the ox, misasher. It's a sign that he's going to be rich. Nakhaim, if they gored him, havyin le banim menachim b'teira. What that means is that he's going to have children that are going to argue with each other and gore each other in Teira. Nashchai, if they bit him, yisurim ba'analav. That means that he's going to have pain coming upon him. But if they kicked him, derech rechaykin is down. That means he's going to have to travel a faraway journey. Rachvai, if he was riding on an ox, he's going to be riding in greatness. That if he's riding on an ox, he's going to die. And for the Gemara like Kashi, if he's riding on the ox, that means he's going to ride on greatness. If he sees in his dream that the ox rides on him, so that means that he's going to die. If you see a donkey in your dream, Yeshua, you should hope for salvation. This goes on Mashiach that rides on a donkey. You see a cat in your dream, so now it depends. But Asr, the Karele Shunra, in the place that they refer to a cat as a Shunra, so Nasas Le Shira Noah. Shunra is a combination of 2 words, a beautiful song. But Shinra, in a place that they refer to it as Shinra, right? It depends if you're a Pailisha that says Shinra or Shunra. So if you say it's Shinra, so then Nasale Shinura. So then there's going to be something that will change for the negative. If you saw grapes in your dream, Lavanis, if they're white grapes, Ben Bismanam, Ben Shalai Bismanam, whether it's in its season or not in its season, Yafais, it's good, a good sign. Shchairis, if you saw dark grapes, Bismanan in its season, Yafais, it's a good sign. Shalai Bismanan not in its season, Rois, it's a bad sign. If you saw a white horse in your dream, whether the horse is walking along slowly or it's running, Yafalai, it's a good sign. Adam, if it's a red horse, benachas, if it's walking along slowly, Yaf, it's a good sign, but if it's running, Kasha, it's a bad sign. A person that sees the Yishmal in his dream, Tzilasa Nishmas, the Eibush means that the Eibush is going to listen to your tefillas. And the Gemara adds, V'dafke Yishmael ben Avram. If you see Yishmael ben Avram, how do you know it's Yishmael ben Avram when you see him in your dream? You'll know, I guess, when you'll see it. If you just see an Arab merchant, then it's not. You don't have that good sign. If you see a camel in the dream, that means that there was a misa, death that was supposed to be a penalty upon you from heaven, and you were saved from this. So Gamal is Melashon Gemilus Chesed, and that shows on a good sign. The Rebbe says in a letter, when Rivka came to greet Yitzchak, so if you see over there in the pasuk, what does it say? What did Yitzchak see? It says, "Vayhine gemalim ba'im." You saw camels coming. So it's a very unusual expression. There were people riding on the camels. It should have said that he saw people coming that were riding on the camels. Why does it say he saw gemalim ba'im? So the Rebbe says, you see over here in the Gemara that gemalim shows on a positive sign of gemilus chesed. So Yitzchak didn't just see the people, but he saw the positive of what was coming with Rivka towards him, and all the future positive that's going to come out from this marriage. So like the Gemara my karam, what's the pasuk for this? That it says, V'anoichi ered imcha mitzrayma. I'm going down with you to Mitzrayim. V'anoichi alcha gam oloi. Okay, so what do you see from this pasuk? That Remember the connection over here, what the Gemara is bringing this pasuk for? Oh, yeah, so the Gemara is bringing the pasuk for Gamal, Gam Allah. And the last two words of the pasuk, Gam Allah, is similar to Gamal. Gam Hashem hevechatoscha loy tomus. So he connects the words of Gam and Loy, that Hashem removed your sins and you won't die. The last thing for today, Haraya Pinchas b'chalim, you see Pinchas in a dream, Pela nasaloi, a Pela will happen to you. Haraya Pil b'chalim, if you see an elephant in your dream, Plois nasaloi, many wonders will happen to you. Pilim, if you see many elephants, Pile Plois nasaloi, many wonders will happen to you. Frekta Gemara Vatanya Komine Chayes Yafan l'chalim, all kinds of chayes are good for a dream. Chutz min apil, besides seeing an elephant in your dream, u'men ha'kaif, and seeing a monkey in your dream, and for the Gemara, like Kashi had the Misrag or the Loy Misrag. It depends on whether you see it with a saddle or not with a saddle. So the Rebbe in a Sicha says, when you get to this last thing that we learned over here, Pinchas b'chalam Pela nasaloi, that the Pela that by Pinchas, that Rashi says, because the Gemara in Sanhedrin said, when Pinchas came to kill Zimri and when the Aveda happened over there, many miracles happened to him to save his life, that he should be able to do what he did. So the Rebbe asks the question, so why does it say only one Pela? The Gemara there counts 6 miracles, even more miracles that happened to him. Elamai, the Rebbe says, the Taich of Pella doesn't just mean one wonder. The Taich of Pella means it'll be a whole anhaga of wonder. Like his whole life will be wondrous. Like it was by Pinchas, that the whole thing over there was full of nisim, and it was one big anhaga of wonder. That's what the Gemara means to say. And the Rebbe says another interesting thing, that over here when it says, Araya Pinchas b'chalim, it means that he saw Pinchas. Later in the Gemara we're going to have a bunch of different things. If you see this person, that person, it usually means if you see the name of that person. Over here it means if you see Pinchas himself, similar l'chayre to what it said before, when you get to Yishmael, that you see Yishmael ben Avraham himself. L'chayre. Okay. We should all have good dreams.
Amen.